Stansted House is an Edwardian country house in the parish of Walderton, West Sussex, England. The house is set in the 1800-acre park with woodland and open land grazed by deer. Both the house and the land are Grade 2 listed. Please join us and the dogs today on a hike of the Stansted House Park and the Walderton Circular. This walk is short but moderate. It will be very muddy during or after heavy rain, so decent boots are a must. It's approximately 8.4 kilometres, so around 2 to 2.5 hours, with a gain of 203 metres. You can choose to use the main car park, which is at the garden centre, and an overflow car park, which we tend to use. And to the west of this car park is our starting point. We then head south towards the giant redwoods. From here we'll then head west on Monument Lane for approximately 2 kilometres towards the Walderton Monument. We have seen deer along this path on several occasions, so keep an eye out. Please check out our full video on this monument. On leaving the monument, we'll come to the end of Monument Lane. We're going to take a left towards Walderton House and the mill pond, before continuing to Walderton Village. Here we head east through Walderton Copse towards Stansted House. You'll tend to find a wide variety of wildlife along this route. We will then head back into Stansted Park with Stansted House on your left. This brings us back to our starting point, where you'll find a restaurant, the garden maze and the miniature railway. The entrance to the trail is on the west side of the gravel car park. As expected, it's quite boggy today. We've had some heavy rain overnight and there's still a fair bit of surface water. As we head down this path, the forest starts to thicken up. And soon we find ourselves amongst these towering giants of the forest. Giant redwoods are thriving in the UK with an estimated 500,000 individuals, outnumbering those in their native California. Introduced only 160 years ago as a status symbol by wealthy Victorians, these are young in comparison to their 3,000-year lifespan. These remarkable trees can grow up to a staggering 380 feet or 116 metres, almost as tall as the London Eye. The UK's wet, moderate climate and lack of major pests or diseases are ideal for the species to thrive. After leaving the giant redwoods, we would have taken a sharp left turn, heading east on what eventually becomes Monument Lane. The lane runs adjacent to Stansted Park and House. From here you get a real feeling of the scale of the Stansted House grounds, and on clearer days, good views towards the Solent. This is one of the longer legs of the hike, which is approximately 2.5 kilometres. Monument Lane, as the name suggests, take you directly to the Walderton Monument, also known locally as the Walderton Ruins. Again, after heavy rain, you will find small areas of this path that have become quite boggy, as you could probably tell from the squelching from under our boots. The footpath is slightly uphill towards the ruins, but nothing too testing. We caught a quick glimpse of some deer, unfortunately they were through the fence. As we head up this path and come to a brow of the hill, this is where we're going to find the Walderton Monument. We have done a full-length video on this monument. Please check out the link at the end of this video. After leaving the monument and continuing to head east, you'll come to the end of Monument Lane. By far the boggiest and muddiest part of the route. We're going to head through the gate, take a left and head north. Please be careful, as there is some road walking involved. However, this is a fairly quiet road, especially first thing in the morning. We'll then take a left, over the turnstile, into the sheep's field and head towards the Black Gate, at the far end of the field. As we pass through the Black Turnstile, you'll see the former watermill on the left. Based on historical records, a mill existed in Walderton, West Sussex, as far back as the Domesday Survey of 1086. And to the right you'll see Walderton Mill Pond, fed by the River Ems. It is a chalk stream that acts as a bourne, meaning it is spring fed and can experience significant fluctuations in flow. It's a rare sight to see this pond actually filled with water. which over the past few years has been a threat to the local wildlife. You will also find Lordington Park and Lordington Tea Rooms, and slightly further up Lordington House, built around 1500. On leaving the mill pond, we're going to continue to head north towards Walderton village. This part of the walk offers wide open spaces with a very good chance of spotting some wildlife. We were very lucky today in getting this footage of this red kite looking for its morning meal. Walderton is a hamlet that lies around 4 miles northeast of Emsworth. The village lies just below the source of the River Ems, and it's crossed by the Monarch's Way long distance footpath. You'll also find a pub here, the Barley Mow. It's a traditional 17th century red brick country pub, noted for its historic character and location within the South Downs. We then take a left, heading west on Woodlands Lane, back towards the Stansted estate. This continues as a road walk for approximately 1.6 kilometres before we reach the gates to Stansted Park. The area that is now the park is mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086 as being included in the 100 of Bourne. The historic listing summary adds that Stansted probably originated as a park within the Royal Forest of Beer, Porchester, whose overlords were the Earls of Arundel. It was recorded as in use for hunting and for timber production in the medieval period, while a survey of buildings of the manor of Stansted in 1327 included a hall and a chapel. A new house was built on the present site, starting in 1686, for Richard Lumley. The historic listing states that Richard laid out formal gardens, radiating avenues and parkland on its east side. He probably also cut the central avenue through Stansted Forest to the west. As you enter the main gardens of Stansted Park, you'll find the Pavilion Tea Room on your left, where they do a great breakfast, lunch menu, and have a great selection of teas and cakes. We then pass through the walled garden, which takes you to the hedge maze, which is open 11 till 4 from Mothering Sunday to the end of October. A farm shop on the left and a garden centre on the right. On the opposite side of the car park is the light railway, which runs on Wednesdays and Saturdays 10:30 till 3:30. That concludes our walk for today. This route was sourced from the All Trails app. It's definitely worth checking out. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, a comment and subscribe below. Also, be sure to check out our other videos. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.